Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and this is a cool headline from the Crypto Basic. Valkyrie executive believes XRP ETF will get approved before Ethereum ETF. Now, I'm sure many of you are aware of my position, broadly speaking, on altcoins getting approved for ETFs. I don't think it happens under Kim Jong-Gensler. I do believe that XRP and ETH and tons of other coins will ultimately be approved for spot ETFs. I believe that's a virtual inevitability. In terms of the short term, are we going to see anything like that in the calendar year of 2024? It's possible. I don't think it's probable. In fact, I think that's not remotely likely. I think that Gensler clearly only approved the spot Bitcoin ETF because of the legal fire that he was under, especially with what happened in the Grayscale lawsuit. I think that was pretty obviously a tipping point. But you're going to get it. And the degree to which this will materially impact in a positive way the long-term viability of XRP, it's another one of those things where I think it's just hard to overstate the degree to which it's important, but over a longer period of time. I mean, the amount of money that will flow in, yes. And it's the same thing. It's the same stuff I said before we got the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETFs. I said, I think it's probably a little bit too hyped up in the short term, and then people aren't thinking big enough over the long term. And I think it's going to be the same for XRP. Crazy amount of money is going to flow. But here, this is not some sort of fly-by-night executive. This is a Valkyrie executive saying, yeah, XRP ETF might happen before Ethereum. He thinks there's a really good chance of that, in fact. And mind you, this particular executive, and I'll get into the specifics in a minute here, but he's at this firm, Valkyrie, which did get approved for a spot Bitcoin ETF by the SEC. So, again, not some sort of fly-by-night individual. This is some reasonable insight and perspective from somebody who is an industry professional. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so here's Valkyrie's website, and here you can see the ticker symbol for their spot Bitcoin ETF is BRRR, which I've always thought is hilarious. You get it? I'm sure you guys get it, right? Money printer go burr, and it's a Bitcoin. You get it? Yeah, okay. So I thought that was a good one. I thought that was a pretty good one here. And I'm not sure what their assets under management are now, but even before this, even you go back a couple years, they still had over $1 billion in assets under management. So like I said, not some sort of fly-by-night entity or executive here. Piece reads as follows. Stephen McClurg, the chief investment officer of ETF issuer Valkyrie, has expressed that an XRP ETF could become a reality before that of Ethereum. McClurg voiced this sentiment during a fireside chat with Fox Business correspondent Eleanor Terrett at the Digital Wildcatters Empower conference. Terrett called attention to the view in a recent post on X. Per the disclosure, McClurg believes the U.S. regulator could assent to an XRP exchange-traded fund before endorsing that of Ethereum. The Fox correspondent revealed that McClurg reached this conclusion following recent developments concerning ETH's regulatory status in the United States. And so that's him on the screen. He's on their website here. Chief Investment Officer. Anyway, piece continues, though. Per the disclosure... Oh, wait, sorry. I was at this spot. Recall that a week ago, the Crypto Basic reported that the US SEC was working underground, gathering financial information and other records to potentially classify Ethereum as a security, as it did with XRP in 2020. The development has unsettled the crypto scene, coming as a surprise, especially considering the known relationship the founders of Ethereum have had with the SEC leadership. However, at press time, there is no official pronouncement from the SEC regarding ETH being a security. Meanwhile, Valkyrie's executive, McClurg, believes the litigation could eventually materialize and that the development will impact the existing application for the Ethereum-based spot ETFs. As Terrett disclosed, McClurg does not see approval for the spot ETH ETF by the latest May deadline. Yeah, so I agree with that. And I made my point pretty clear at the beginning part of this video, as well as many, many, many other videos. I don't see it. I just don't see it happening here. Now, as far as whether or not, the Ethereum folks, including the Ethereum Foundation, are they going to end up getting sued by the SEC? Well, I guess let's wait and find out. I will not be surprised in the least if that does come to pass, which, by the way, I do not want to happen. But should that occur, it won't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. There are different people in charge right now of the SEC than back when Billy Boy Hemden gave his Ethereum free pass speech. These people are not friendly to ETH, not like the previous administration was, right? And also keep in mind, when the SEC starts getting into these investigations to this degree, I mean, at least as it pertains to crypto, as far as I can tell, they typically sue. When it gets this far, yeah, they typically sue. So could something happen behind the scenes to make them change their mind? Sure. But I'm just saying I will not be surprised in the least if indeed there is some actual litigation here on this. Anyway, Peace continues. On the other hand, he expressed that the crypto community would witness spot ETFs for Litecoin and XRP before that of Ethereum. This view is further strengthened by the fact that XRP has secured a clear regulatory position in the US. I wouldn't you know it? And I think he's making a pretty logical position here. The fact that XRP has regulatory clarity is materially significant to the way that it will be treated. Absolutely, especially on an institutional level. 100%. That makes a ton of sense. Now, there was also this. Where's that? Yeah, here it is. From the Crypto Basic. BlackRock CEO says Ethereum ETF can still launch even if ETH is declared security. It's kind of funny reading this stuff, especially having, being in the XRP community, knowing in great detail what happened with the Ripple lawsuit, following that thing more intensely than any lawsuit I've ever followed in my entire life. Because I have skin in the game, so I've been very materially interested, and I covered it very thoroughly on my channel over a span of years. Knowing that it's not the asset itself that is ever the security, unless it's in the literal definition of what a security is, it's just kind of silly to see people talking about ETH itself being a security. It's like they still don't know that. Everyone in our community knows it's not the asset itself. But they're still talking like this. It's not that. It's about the totality of the scheme and the way in which certain transactions occur, how they're sold. Anyway, Peace reads as follows. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has expressed confidence that the firm could proceed with an Ethereum ETF launch even if the SEC declares ETH security. Earlier this month, reports emerged that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission was pursuing a campaign to label Ethereum's native asset ETH a security. The implications of such a designation remain a topic of speculation for the crypto community, especially in connection with its impact on the pending applications for a spot-based Ethereum ETF. Nonetheless, the CEO of the world's largest asset management company, BlackRock, seems adamant that labeling ETH as a security will not prevent the company from launching an Ethereum-based ETF. BlackRock is one of more than half a dozen fund managers seeking to roll out such a product for Ethereum after a resounding success with the Bitcoin ETFs. Larry Fink shared his thoughts on the SEC's rumored move while speaking in a recent Fox Business interview. While being hesitant to comment on the subject in a broader scope, Fink told Fox correspondent Charles Gasparino that a security designation for ETH is not going to be that deleterious for the prospects of an Ethereum-based ETF. When quizzed further on whether BlackRock can launch the ETF even with ETH tagged as a security, Larry Fink responded, "I think so, yeah." Okay, so there you go. Looks like they try to move forward with it anyway. Now, of course, they have to get approval from the SEC, so there's that. A lot of hurdles here. But, if time's not a factor, if you just ask me, will it happen, absent a specific time prediction, I say yes. It's going to happen. Same for XRP. And it's going to be incredibly meaningful. But, yeah, I understand where the Valkyrie executive is coming from. Absolutely. And I'd love to see it. As an XRP holder, I would love to see XRP get approval before ETH. And I'm an ETH holder, too. It's just I have a way bigger XRP position, that's all. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.